We're going to dive in today to cross-selling, and I'm noticing for Zaid, maybe for Beatrice too, that the cross-sells are not yet set up in your account. Now, the beauty of the branding bundle system, and we're going to share a screen here so that I can illustrate. The beauty is that you can set it and forget it. Now, come back, review periodically, and maybe things will change in your business as well. But by design, a branding bundle is going to have all of the stages of the customer journey in it. Alex, talk to us a little bit about the branding bundle, and then we'll dive deeper in. And let's start with the click and play asset here.
So the branding bundles were designed to help you automate your entire business from lead generation through the appointment, through the sale, and then all the post-sale work that gets done, including asking for referrals, cross-sell, which is what we're going to be focusing on today. And I'll give a specific example for one of our users, Zaid, so that we can demonstrate like how are you going to use the cross-sell vault, and then how can you actually take some of these assets and modify them for yourself, for your own cross-sell, because Zaid has debt management software. We don't have a cross-sell email sequence for that, but we can demonstrate how to set that up.
Yes.
And then also in the branding bundles, we have a renewal campaign as well that's going to help you to not just retain the users, but get them back on your calendar for the renewal. So that's the branding bundle. Every single insurance vertical that we've built this for has unique assets within it specifically for that vertical. So if we're looking at final expense, you can see that we have new lead emails for final expense, lead nurture, where we educate the customer, sending an email once a month for 12 months for final expense. And then, like you can just visually see here with the numbers and the colors, we have got the entire customer journey mapped out. So we've gone above and beyond to make this a really good click and play asset here.
Yeah.
What we're going to focus on is our cross-sell vault. And the cross-sell vault is something that we call a branding bundle add-on. And we call it an add-on because it exists for numerous verticals. It's not something that is hyper-focused like for final expense or ACA. So we have add-ons that are really more of a global asset. So the cross-sell vault is one. And then you'll also see when, Will, if you could go back to that click and play, just to like visually show them, we also have holiday emails. And that's not insurance specific. That's, touch points. We're going to be adding in reactivation campaigns for past clients and past prospects. And then coming down in the future, we're also going to have a review request branding bundle add-on where you can request people leave reviews for you. So we got a lot of fun things. They're all available for free. It's all included in your Agent CRM subscription. So today we're going to focus on the cross-sell vault. And when you do the add-on, it's going to show up in your automations, and you'll see it's not going to be a final expense. It's not going to have like a final expense assets. It'll say cross-sell vault in the automation. So we'll go through that.
And we're going to be very practical today. This is more of like a tutorial base. So if you have two screens or some people who are watching the replay, kind of shift this to one side and do the work while you can, or at least come back after, take notes as available. But you're going to go to the click and play assets. You're going to choose from the drop down cross-sell vault and click import. That way you'll suck that content into your account. The add-ons, they happen real quick. If it's a bundle that you're bringing in, it might take like 4 or 5 minutes. There's a lot more stuff in there. But we've designed the add-ons to fit seamlessly right into the branding bundles. I had to harass my team to redesign a few times because I said, guys, this does not make sense. This is too much work. And I think you guys will like what we've done. Final expense, that's what Zaid is doing. But for anyone who's watching, the same process. The branding bundles are uniform in their design. The words are different. The emails are different. Maybe Medicare and ACA, they've got an extra compliance thing. But by default, a branding bundle, they do have cross sells. Check this out, 6.0 cross sell from Final. And kind of assumed what would people maybe want. We did some polls and cross sell to disability, that might make sense as the first one. Maybe cross sell to long term, that might be the second one. But a lot of you have said, Will, that's not my first or second cross sell. In fact, I don't want either of those. And as you can see, they're drafted by default. We don't want to send them unless you guys confirm, yes, Will, yes, you got it right. So Alex designed the cross-sell vault as the solution to this. And what we need to do to configure this, cross-sells automatically get triggered. You don't even have to think about sending an email. They just happen behind the scenes as people work through. A new lead comes in, they book an appointment, and you sold them. Woohoo! You just mark that they're sold, and then a certain time later, the email goes out. And you might just get a final expense cross-sell booking. You didn't even know. You didn't even know the email went out. You just get to show up on Monday morning and look and say, whoa, long-term disability appointment booked. Where'd that come from? Oh, they came through the cross-sell. That's the hope and the vision here with the process, increasing the value in your pipeline. If you can sell them one product, the first sell is the hardest, but you've earned their trust, you've earned their relationship. So let's check out here, 4.0, sale made, confirmation, and send to onboarding. That is the workflow we're talking about today. We made a few tweaks. This is the cleanest, easiest place. You can see here, you've either tagged them or dragged them. Almost all of the workflows, tag them or drag them. That is the trigger at the top here. So the pipeline that we've covered in other videos, maybe we'll go back to that later. But imagine I just sold you Alex. Alex, thank you so much for your business. I dragged you to that column and you're getting an email that says, hey, Alex, thanks so much. Great working with you. Text message as well. Hey, this was awesome. Thank you so much for your business. Look out for an email from me. We do a little data cleanup here, a little bit of stuff. 45 days later. Now, this is the first thing you might want to do is say, hey, how quickly do I want to cross-sell? I don't know if there's any differences in preference. Some of you guys are like, I want to get in there quick. But you can simply click on wait 45 days. And you can change here. Let's just do it 20 days. I'm going to rename this 20. I always like to rename. This is more of an administration thing. Wait 20 days. This is the main thing here. You need to change. But let's just click save. Save on the bottom right and then top right as well. So now I've changed the wait step. And if you guys do not see a wait step in your automation, some of the older versions didn't have this. You can simply click the plus, wait step, wait 20 days, hours, minutes. If you want to sell them 20 minutes after you sold them, hey, let's buy something else. Be a little bit too aggressive. But you can see, okay, I just sold them, wait 20 days. We're going to move them in the pipeline. But this here, this is the piece. What is the next cross-sell? And I'd love to hear, I know that there was a debt one. Zaid, are there any other cross-sells that you do after? What would the next sale be after a final expense?
Sometimes I do Medicare and final
Nice.
expense and debt elimination software.
Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do now that we have the vault is that we can actually choose from the dropdown. You can see add to disability drafted by default. Let's just click here. And if we type 6.0, 6.0 always means cross-sell. So all you have to do is just remember the color or the number, and you can just type cross-sell, to be honest. We try to make it like check it out, cross-sell add-on. So we do have, let's see here, cross-sell to Medicare.
Boom.
Boom. So we just change it. All you're going to do, again, 6.0, we're just going to choose. Find the one that you want, Medicare. Click save. Now, as you can see here, just doing a little admin is wonderful. Cross-sell to Medicare. Save. And then you can see another wait step, because we don't want to send them double wait steps right away. Wait 45 days, maybe let's do it again 20. Let's just say every 20 days. I know that I can sell them every 20 days. I'm just like, I'm a gunslinging insurance agent here. Pew, pew. You guys are going to want to figure that out for yourselves. You're going to want to see at what degree of frequency do people feel receptive to these offers. Sometimes it might be too quick or too slow. And so we don't fully know that. And that's why you can kind of turn these little dials and adjust as needed. So we don't, I believe, let's check again, 6.0. We don't have debt elimination yet, but there are definitely more bundles that we're adding all the time. In the click and play assets, you can actually request what bundles you want us to build out. It's like a voting system. Try to be democratic in that. But let's just say, long-term care insurance, just as an example. Actually, it already is, but let's just lock that in, save. And you can see it's the add-on. We leave that in there just so you know where that asset is. So I saved it, top right, save. And then we're going to go back. And let's just review. It's always good to review those emails. Remember, sale made automatically adds them to another workflow. And that workflow or automation, kind of like the brains of your system, 6.0 branding bundles cross-sell vault. And they're all drafted by default. At the moment, you guys might come back in the future and they'll be published by default because you have to connect them to make them work. So let's find the one there. Medicare, where are you hiding? Okay. And here's where they get added to. So after 20 days, we made that change together. They're going to automatically come into this place. So I'm just going to draft to publish. You see top right there? That is what makes the magic happen. Always hit save. Oh, there's training videos there. So I'm just creating additional content with this video. Looks like shout out to Shaw, did a great job here of making this pretty straightforward. But yeah, an email goes. Let's make Medicare simple and easy for you. Let's check out what the email says, see if it's up to our standards. Want to share some valuable information, whether you're about to turn 25 or you're already eligible. Awesome. It covers a wide spectrum of eligibility, some basic educational content, and a link to my Medicare calendar. I like it. I'm going to check the text. Hey, I just sent you an email about Medicare and how I can help simplify it for you. Let's schedule a quick call so I can answer any questions and help you get started. Awesome. Now, for this, you would just have to be aware if you sold final expense to someone who's, 55, it might not be the best automation because they wouldn't be eligible. But at the same time, you can send these messages and you can actually just, blank. It's like casting a wide net, right? Because all of your sale maids, they're going to get the automations you designate. And what appointments could you generate that you might not have generated without these automations? That's the question we want to ask ourselves, is what are we missing out on that we don't even know? So we're throwing more nets out. Every automation, every renewal reminder, every cross-sell opportunity, it's another net or fishing line. And the goal is to see how many little fishies, little bites we can get on our appointment calendar. And you can see here, wait 3 days. Let's send them another email. Wait 3 days, send them another email. Every cross-sell add-on follows the same sequence. A text and email, wait, email, wait, email. And they're all pushing to a calendar appointment. So any changes you want to make, just make sure you hit save. Add attachment, maybe throw your photo in there. Hey, checking in, something like that. Save.
Yep.
It's published and we're good to go. Really, that's it. We've reduced so many steps. Took us forever to figure out the best way, and we did it. We did it.
Yes. Couple other ideas for you as you're watching this video. You're like, oh man, like the cross-sell stuff. This is incredible. I want to demonstrate where I'm calling an audible here, Will. Let's open the final expense nurture campaign. And I want to show you some of the things that you could do. I just want to unlock your imagination. If you're watching this, okay, you're seeing the cross-sell vault, what we have there. So demonstrated how we have already set it up for people who buy from you. Now I want to introduce an idea where you can charge products to people who filled out a lead form, or you bought a lead for them, and then they just didn't pull the trigger yet. Don't get me, this wasn't for them. And so nurture campaign, what you can do, let's just add them in that first email just for the sake of this demonstration, Will. And so instead of saying email number 2, let's add in a add to workflow for across to long-term care, just for the sake of, because we already did long-term care on the other one. And so in the nurture, what we're going to do is, instead of sending them the second email in the sequence right away after that 30 days, we're going to add them to the cross-sell long-term care email sequence, and then add an additional 30 days. And so what you're going to do here as the final expense agent, so because the branding bundle, we'll try to get them on your calendar. And then if that doesn't work, we'll add them to a nurturing sequence. And so now what we're doing is we're saying, okay, I've tried to get them on the calendar for final expense. That didn't work. And so I'm going to give myself another opportunity, and I'm going to talk to them about long-term care. And so we already have the cross-sell workflow set up. Now we're just putting it in another place to try to generate some additional activity from the leads that haven't bought from us.
Yeah.
So it's the same process as what you saw in our cross-sell workflow. We're adding a step. We're saying we're going to add them to a workflow. We're going to choose cross-sell to long-term care. And then just make sure that the action name is also oh, perfect. Yeah. Cross-sell the long-term care. Boop. And then, yeah, perfect. We're sticklers on notes and being able to go back in and find out what we did.
It's so helpful. So helpful.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
I wasn't even sure where you're going at first with this, but that's actually a really great use case using in the sequence. Now, some of you, this is like now getting to intermediate level, maybe not quite expert level, but what we want to, maybe I'll just recap or explain. Automations, workflows, it's like a sequence of events. It's a chain of events. And each of these separate assets are separate chains of events. So in one workflow, we're telling this workflow, by the way, when the person's going through here, also add them over here at the same time. That's what this action here is doing. So you can click the plus, add to workflow, add to another series of events. And that's what we're talking about, adding them in the nurturing sequence. So the first half of what we've talked about, we're adding to a cross-sell because we've just sold them. We're cross-selling.
Yeah.
But what Alex is proposing is, instead of a cross-sell, it's more of a pivot sell, if we call it that. It's, hey, you came in as this lead. It's I want you for final expense, but you didn't bite. So pivot. You haven't sold them yet, but you want to add them to another opportunity. That's a great creative use here. We just want to make sure, wait 30 days, add to workflow, and let's just add another 30 days. Maybe we
I was going to say, we don't want to blast them. They're getting like all these emails. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's a great.
We'll definitely want to add at a work step. Yeah.
So you can do that as many times if you want to add, just kind of throw some stuff out there, maybe keep them on the thing, but then later on, do the same steps. But again, every email is pushing them to a calendar. So the last things I just want to cover briefly is that the branding bundles, let's just ditch those changes. The branding bundles to function correctly, account customizer. And I'll cover the activator too briefly. And I want to also give an offer for anyone who's like, well, that was relatively straightforward, but I want help. Some of you, you're like, no, Will, this is good. I'll press pause, replay, and do the steps. But some of you are getting imagination, creative unlocking, and you want to work with someone. I'll show you an option for that as well. But account customizer, top left, you're going to come through here and you're going to go to calendars, and you must make sure that if you're cross-selling to somewhere like Medicare, you got to fill in this link. Now, there's training. I'll show you where the training is for that. But the point is, these emails, if you send them out and this is not filled in, they're going to click that link and it's going to go nowhere. And the goal is to reduce friction, to reduce any challenges so that people can click on those emails, get right to your calendar. And the cool thing is that they'll actually automatically get plugged into another branding bundle. The pipelines and all the things that we have set up. So that's an important little caveat there. But activator, top left, new feature. This is getting massive development, massive love right now. We're February 10th, early 2025. And this is our big push, big project, because it's a clear roadmap. What do I actually need to do to set up and then succeed with the bundles? So setting up calendars, that would cover the training there. Check it out, watch training, establish integrations, set up essential automations. Some people have been using the bundles and there's little tiny pieces that they didn't realize, hey, if you change that, things like what we're talking about today, cross sells. If you tweak and turn that on, you're going to get so much more value for the branding bundles. So I've included a link here. Questions, can I get help? Why, yes, you can. And that's what I'll mention here as well. Setup package, if you guys want to work one-on-one with our team, there's actually a full service for that. I've created very comprehensive step-by-step videos, but some of you are like, Will, can someone not just hold my hand? Can they sling me over their back and carry me across the finish line? That is where one-on-one expert help is available for. So go into account customizer, activator, questions, get setup package, and let's throw that link in. This will be in the replay as well. Our team, they're amazing, and the bundles have been simplified so much that we can definitely do a lot of work for you in these 3 one-on-one hours. Any other comments you want to make about cross sells or about the package? We can definitely dive into some other questions as well, but we've demoed this before you and I, Alex, and I'm surprised how short it is to show. Yeah, that's it. Cross sell, turn on.
Yeah. Boom, done. Yeah. I mean, just to tie the bow, the biggest thing to hit on is when you get the branding bundles, we've done all the work for you for the entire customer journey. We have add-ons that we've given you. You have the freedom to plug those add-ons in wherever you wish. Whether it is your cross-selling in the post-sale part, your cross-selling, in nurturing, and we want to be as creative as possible with this. We want you to maximize the value of every single lead. That is really our mission statement at Agent CRM, is how can we help you maximize the value of every single lead that you generate, that you buy, that you get from a referral. That means setting you up to not only get them across the finish line for the product that they expressed interest in, but also to let them know about all the other ways that you can serve and support them. One of our best, I'll say one of our most users in Agent CRM, his name is Lewis, and he set up a cross-sell sequence in his Medicare business. And he was able to sell over 400 dental and vision policies last year from one cross-sell automation where he sent 3 emails. So now he does a lot of volume in his business, but he said, Alex, that one email sequence sold me over 400 dental and vision policies. That is an incredible amount of success. And Agent CRM for him is a huge, huge return on investment. Even if your numbers are not anywhere near his, I want you to imagine how much money will I make from selling 1 or 2 additional policies for, each week, or maybe, for every 5 clients, you sell 1 additional policy because you used these cross-sell assets and you weren't using a cross-sell marketing campaign before. So there's just so much opportunity here in Agent CRM, and we want to help you take advantage of that. So we're here to help. That's what the branding bundles are all about. That's what the activator is all about. So that's what we're here to do.